Okay, friends, let's talk a little bit about clouds. Have you ever wondered what clouds are made of? How they got there, where they come from? Well, clouds are composed of tiny, lightweight droplets of water and ice. Hola chicos, vamos a tener una conversación sobre las nubes. ¿Alguna vez te has preguntado de qué están hechas las nubes? ¿A dónde ves? Las nubes están compuestas por gotas de agua muy ligeras o cristales de hielo. Once we learn how to observe clouds and classify them a little bit, we can begin to predict the weather. Si aprendes a observar las nubes, serás capaz de predecir el clima. There are two ways that scientists classify and name clouds. The first way is by height. Hay dos formas en que los científicos nombran y clasifican las nubes, y el primer es por altura. We're going to look at a few pictures. Okay, so por altura, by height. Scientists use 3 levels to classify the clouds, either low level, mid level, or high level. And you can see the measurements they use both in the standard form of measurement and in the metric form. Hay 3 niveles lo que científicos usan para clasificar las nubes. Y nivel bajo, nivel medio y nivel alto. And aquí son las números en metros y en feet. Okay, the second way that scientists classify clouds is by their shape. El segunda forma que los científicos usan para nombrar y clasificar las nubes es de sus formas. So here are some pictures. El primer forma, the first shape that we'll discuss is cumulus clouds, cúmulos de nubes. Cumulus clouds tend to be fluffy. They tend to hang pretty low in the sky. They're a low-level cloud. They often could be described as looking like heads of cauliflower. Cúmulos de nubes son molidos y parecen como coliflores. They tend to appear in the morning, they grow during the day, and then they dissipate or disappear in the late afternoon. Tienden a aparecer por la mañana, crecen durante el día y se disipan o desaparecen por al final de la tarde. And here's a fun fact. The average cumulus cloud weighs 1 million pounds, or 453,592 kilograms. Here's another cumulus cloud, como coliflor. The second type of cloud that we're going to talk about and look at pictures of are stratus clouds. Nubes de estratos. Strato means layer in Latin, or capa in Latin. Stratus clouds, nubes de estratos, have horizontal layers. Remember horizontal, like the horizon line? They have horizontal layers. They often appear flat on the bottom. They have a uniform base and they appear flat on the bottom. Estas nubes están hechas de capas horizontales y tienen una base uniforme. Aparecen planas en el fondo. Fog is a type of a stratus cloud that hangs really low to the ground. La niebla es en realidad una nube de estratos baja hasta el suelo. Nimbus clouds, or nubes de nimbus. This name is related to the word nebula, or cloud, or mist. These clouds are often dark gray or black. They include continuous rain or snow, and they're thick enough that they can block the light of the sun. Nubes de nimbus. Este nombre se relaciona con la palabra para nebulosa, nube o niebla. Estas nubes son gris o negro y gris oscuro, y incluye la lluvia o la nieve continua y lo suficientemente grueso como bloquear la luz del sol. Hay un otro. The next type of cloud we're going to talk about are cirrus clouds. Nubes de cirrus. In Latin, cirrus comes from a word that means ringlet or a curled lock of hair. Nubes de cirrus, in cirrus in Latin significa rizos o mechones de pelo rizado. These clouds tend to be very high in the air. They are thin, they're wispy, and they allow plenty of light to pass through them easily. Estas nubes tienden a estar en lo alto del aire, son delgados, raras y permiten que la luz del sol pase fácilmente a través de ella. Around sunrise and sunset, these clouds, these cirrus clouds, can change colors, and they often become yellow or pink. Alrededor del amanecer y del puesto del sol, estas nubes pueden cambiar colores a amarillo o rosado. Más nubes de cirrus. These are my favorites. They're very beautiful. Now, sometimes scientists, when they observe the forms, the shapes, and the heights, then they will combine these terms to classify the clouds even further. Los científicos observan la altura y la forma de las nubes y combinar estos rasgos para nombrarlas. For example, we have cumulonimbus clouds. Oops, that's another one. Go back. These are the only clouds that can be in all three layers at once, the low level, the mid level, and the high level. And you know, because they have the word cumulo in them, they're light and fluffy at the top, but because they have the word nimbus in them, or part of the word nimbus in them, you know that there's rain coming from them. Esta nube es el solo. Puedes estar en todos los niveles en lo mismo tiempo, en el bajo, el medio y el alto. Y porque el nombre cúmulo es en la palabra, tú sabes que esta nube es molida. Pero porque la palabra nimbus es en la palabra, nimbus significa lluvia. Entonces, esta nube es molida y con lluvia. There's another one. Another combination would be a nimbostratus cloud, nubes de nimbostratos. So these clouds are thin, they're flatter, they're more uniform, it's kind of gray across the way, and there's rain coming out of them. You can sort of see the rain coming out of them. Estas nubes son delgado, uniforme y con lluvia. Más nimbostratos. This chart shows different combinations of the heights here on the left, high, mid, and low, bajo, medio, y alto, aquí, a la izquierda. Y the different forms, right? You can see the cumulonimbus goes through all three. You can see the different places that these clouds tend to hang out in the sky and the different shapes that they take. And you can see how they've combined words like, or parts of words like cirrocumulus, cirrostratus, altostratus, stratocumulus, nimbostratus. So there are many different types of clouds, but they all come from two concepts: how high in the sky they are and what shape and color they take on. Ok, esta carta es sobre las combinaciones de las nubes. En la izquierda, tú puedes ver bajo, medio y alto. En la carta, tú puedes ver todas las formas de nubes, cumulonimbus en todos tres niveles, cirrocúmulos en el alto, altostratus en el medio, stratocúmulos en el bajo, diferentes formas diferentes, alturas diferentes. Y eso es como los científicos hacen estos trabajos. And this is how you're going to do this work too. Now that you have this information, please use it for your cloud work that you're going to do this week. There are also at the bottom of the grid of your activities for the week, there are some extra links to fun science experiments you can do at home about clouds and the water cycle. They're not required, they're just there for fun. Por favor, usen esta información para sus actividades en naturaleza esta semana. En la parte inferior de la grid, hay experimentos extra, no requeridos, solo por diversión. Disfruta, amigos, y gana tu tiempo afuera, observando las nubes. What could be better, friends? Spend your time outside looking at the clouds. Have fun. See you soon.